Picture this. You wake up, turn the dial to make your morning tea, and hear nothing but a click. Down the street, miles-long lines of auto rickshaws are stalled out of the refueling stations. Within hours, local dabas and restaurants pull their shutters down. By evening, major factory floors go quiet. This scenario stems from a hard math problem. India relies heavily on foreign imports to cover its LPG and natural gas consumption. We use far more energy than we pull out of our own ground. If a conflict breaks out here, at the Strait of Hormuz, the supply lines freeze. Millions of barrels of oil and gas travel through this narrow channel every single day. That geographic bottleneck is exactly what sparked a recent internet panic. Headlines claimed India only had a 22-day fuel reserve. But does day 23 actually mean a nationwide blackout? Or are we misreading how national stockpiles work? Let's look at the numbers. That 22-day figure is an operational metric. It tells us how long the current flow of LPG can sustain the entire country if we keep using gas at our normal everyday rate. This chart shows exactly what that looks like in real time. If foreign imports drop to zero, our domestic production and existing commercial stocks take the full load. This buffer gives the government roughly 3 weeks to figure out a solution before the standard commercial supply chain runs dry. When we hit day 23, the country doesn't suddenly go dark. Instead, a strict priority supply protocol kicks in. Gas gets diverted away from commercial users and redirected strictly to critical infrastructure, like hospitals and emergency transport. The math tells us we have time. The real danger in those first 3 weeks is human behavior. On day 1 of a headline crisis, metropolitan areas would see a massive spike in panic booking for these standard red domestic cylinders. In rural areas, that fear quickly translates to hoarding and black market pricing. Next, the pressure hits the roads. City transport relies heavily on compressed natural gas, or CNG. When the pumps run dry, fleets of rickshaws, taxis, and public buses stall out. A stalled transit network creates an immediate bottleneck. Milk trucks can't run. Vegetable deliveries are delayed. The cost to move basic food items spikes overnight, hitting your wallet before your kitchen even runs out of gas. Then, the macroeconomy feels the hit. Large-scale production halts. The cost to produce agricultural fertilizers, which require natural gas as a raw material, skyrockets, threatening future crop yields. What begins as a delay in fuel imports ripples outward. Within weeks, the scarcity of gas infects the broader economy, driving up the price of everything from a cup of tea to a bag of wheat. This chart compares the internet rumors with the actual data. While social media fixated on a 22-day operational limit, official reports show a much wider safety net. When you factor in strategic reserves, our actual stock cover extends between 40 to 60 days. That extended timeline is supported by heavy physical infrastructure. The country maintains vast arrays of storage tanks at strategic locations, holding millions of metric tons of gas in reserve, specifically for worst-case scenarios. The numbers confirm the fuel is there. A crisis won't come from an empty tank. It will come from a broken supply chain driven by widespread panic buying. India has engineered the physical buffer needed to absorb a short-term geopolitical shock. Surviving it relies entirely on maintaining order and trusting the logistics network to do its job. Thinking about a sudden cut to our imports forces us to look closely at what actually holds the country together. It highlights how robust our domestic production and emergency planning have become over the last decade. Every day, an immense network of ports, pipelines, refineries, and thousands of workers operate in the background. They maintain the steady heartbeat of our daily lives. If global supply lines completely stop tomorrow, our military strength won't be the immediate priority. Keeping the stoves burning, the hospitals running, and the supply trucks moving will be the ultimate test of our national security.